Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Shotsuki service for today. Today's all action, lots of things going on here. So I'm glad to see so many of you here. Hopefully you'll be able to stick around afterwards for all the festivities. So again, welcome, and I'd like to thank those who have made this service possible. Sensei, Howard for playing the organ, Gibbs for putting flowers, always with the beautiful flowers. The streaming of this. At our monthly memorial service, we have Reverend Gibbs recite or read all the names of those who have passed on in the month of March. So today, as he's reading the names, please come on up and offer in. They're being called.
Yes, thank you, Jeannie. And I will, from our March Shotsuki Hoyo list, these are the members and friends of our temple whom we know have passed in the month of March. If you had a loved one on our list, please let us know. There's no charge to have their name read every month, every year at the Shotsuki, the exact month of recurrence. Shotsuki Hoyo list. First, Alai Shi Doi Doi Aoi Fujimoto Masako Fujikawa Dean Fujitaki Motohiko Fukumoto Hatsuguri Lily Hatakeyama Mineto Rich Stephen Hirakawa Hisano Hiramoto Fujie Hirata San Hirayasu Najiro Hirota Reverend Tetsunen Honda Shin Hori Renosuke Ige Saburo Inuma Chiyoko Ito Ben Iwahashi Mitsuzo Kamoto Ichino Kato Mitsu Kato Seiichi Kawahala Musaku Kawahala Okame Kawamura Saichi Kawamoto Miya Kinoshita Ronald H. Kiriyama Taketoshi Akio Konishi Ayano Kubo Sakuichi Kurashita Shigeru Kurata Tsuyu Kuwahara Waki Masumoto Kei Mita Don Junzo Miyashita Hisano Morimoto Momoyo Morioka Kikuchi Nagasawa Fuyo, Nagata Toshie, Naido Yoshiko, Nishida, Nishimoto Kino, Masaichi, Ogawa Chiyoko, Otake Torao, Otani Kazuichi, Ropyakuda Satoru Haruichi, Sasamoto Takiko, Seiki Kameo, Shigeishi Tayoko, Shigeno Hatsutaro, Sugasawara Matsu, Sugiyama Tokiji, Sunairi Jokichi, Takahashi Toshio, Takeda Kiyoshi, Takemori Irene, Takemori Terry, Takenaka Tokie, Takenouchi Shinichi, Tamura Hisako, Masao, Teshima Tokichi, Togashi Akira, Toinaka, Tokorosaki Katsuno, Tomotani Hideji, Wakasa Kihei, Yamada Hatsutaro, Yamaguchi Reverend Ken, Yamanaka Mary, Yamane Chieko, Yamane Katsutaro, Yamane Shigeo, Yamane Tadao, Yamasaki Kuemon, Yamasaki Mas, Yamasaki Yoshimasa, Yamasaki Yayoi, Yokoyama Ikue, Yuji. Thank you very much for those of you who offered incense during the remembrance of our friends.
Thank you, Sensei. I think when you come to Shotsuki service, it's always nice to hear names, and you can put pictures in your minds of those that have passed on before us. So again, I think this is a wonderful tradition that we have in our Buddhist tradition. If you'll please rise, I have a short meditative reading from the Dharma of Star Wars. It's from the Padawan Handbook. It's a parable on always in motion, the future is. It is unborn, unsubstantial. It is merely an image, like a hologram of a living being. We can no more touch and feel the future than we feel a hologram. The future, then, it is not present. Only this moment is alive. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Please be seated. Next, we'll have sutra chanting. We'll be chanting Sambutsuge, which can be found on page 33. Sensei will start with Shishin Rai, and then we'll join him with the Sambutsuge on page 33.
Yeah, thank you, Jeannie. Yes, I'll do the introductory piece. They call it an invocation in other religions, but the Shishinrai, which is just expressing reliance on Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Then I will announce the Sambutsuge and ask you to join me with that one. Shishin kei ilei namo Kei Ilei Shochi Busatsu Daimoryo Juki Kogen Gigi Ijin Mugoku Nyode Enmyo Muyo Tosha Nichigaten Mani Shuko Enyo Kaishten Nonpe Yunyaku Jumoku Nyolai Yogen Chote Murin Shongaku Daion Korun Jippo Kaimon Shojin Tammai Chie Itoku Muryo Shusho Keu Jintai Zennen Shobuten Hokai Ujin Jinno Kugo Gaitai Mumyo Yokunu Seison Yomu Minno Shishi Jintoku Muryo Kukun Kodai Chie Jinmyo Komyo Iso Shindon Daisen Sangha Sabuten Daisho Ho O Kado Shoji Nihugedaten Fusei Joi Kainin Shojin Yose Sammai Chie Ijo Lose Tokubuten Fugyo Shigan Issai Kuku Issa Dayan Keshi Ubuten Yakusen Nokuman Muryon Daisho Shunyon Onya Kuyo Issai Shito Shobuten Funyo Agudo Kensho Hungyaku Hinyon Odya Shobuten Se Fukage Mushu Setndo Komyo Shisho Tenshisho Koku Nyode Shojin Ijin Nanryo Ryoga Thabuten Kokudo Daichi Doshu Kimyo Dojo Choden Kokunyo Nayon Nimu Toto Gato Aimin Nodaten Issai Jippo Laisho Shinneten Shoujo Ito Ga Koku Keiraku Annon Kobuten Shinmyo Zega Shinsho Hosugan no Hi Likisho Shoyoku Jippo Seison Chie Muge Joryo Shison Shiga Shingyo Keiryo Shinshi Shoku Dokuchu Gagyo Shojin Ninju Fuke Namanabu 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 doku. Yodo sei isai don monai shin onyo Namanda Buddhamanda Namanda 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 Buddhamanda Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you. Next, if you'll stand, we'll sing the Gatha Namo Amida Butsu on page 136. And if you stay standing after singing, we're going to read the Golden Chain on page 8.
Adorn our way. Oft let us pause with grateful hearts to say, Namo Amida Butsu. Tears may flow, yet trustingly we cry, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please remain standing for the reading of the Golden Chain, which I hope you will join with me as soon as I read the title. Page 8, top of page 8. The Golden Chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. May I be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. May I think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namida Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Sensei will be giving us a Dharma talk titled Making Life More Fair.
Well, again, good morning. Thank you for being here or viewing at home. And those of you who are here today, we're going to have a possibility of some tea ceremony, viewing the Girls' Day dolls, and such things after service. But first, you have to listen to me. So I'll speak quickly. Last week, I was in Sacramento with Jeannie Toshima. We were representing the temple at the National Council, the yearly business meeting for the roughly 59 temples and 6 Howakai or fellowships that we have in the Buddhist churches of America. I must myself thank Jeannie Toshima for chairing the service, Howard Hayes for playing organ, Kyoko Gibbs for the Nijin preparation and for doing the flowers, Alan Goto for the videography, And I want to thank the silent auction crew for doing the silent auction, but if I start saying names, I'm going to leave somebody out. But so forgive me, I'll just put some of the people that are involved with silent auction are Kyoko Gibbs, Naomi Yonezawa, Russell and Corky Ishikawa, Linda Ito, Kathy Kumagai. And they, along with some of our other members, have prepared a lovely silent auction, which opens today. Make a bid if you see something you like. Now, this is our Shotsuki Hoyo service for the month of March, as well as being Children's Day, formerly known as Girls' Day. So allow me to first address the matter of this being a memorial for those who have passed in the month of March in one year or another. If you are here or watching at home because you wish to remember in a formal way someone whom you have lost in the month of March, please accept my sincere condolences. I am sorry for your losses. My cousin, Stephen Hayes, passed away in March, 12 years ago in 2012. My cousin Steve was one of the half-dozen most charming people I've ever known in my life, and he died alone in an apartment by himself, age of 67. It should not have gone down like that. Don't some of you feel that way about the people that you've lost? Sometimes it's only human to wish things had been different. I wish things had been different for him. And to hope that there may be fuller life for those who have passed before us, for those we love, fuller life beyond the limits of our current biological lifetime. And our tradition does hold that hope out for us. I'm hoping that, I'm not hoping, I'm sure that many of you have, like I have, known people whose lives were so filled with sadness and pain that you felt like it shouldn't have gone down like that. It shouldn't have been like that. Now, a common English colloquial saying is, life is not fair. Life is not fair unless we make it so. Making life more fair, making life better, is our objective as humans. As Buddhists, we hope to appreciate the goodness that we find in life and to nurture the growth of goodness. We hope to nurture the growth of goodness, gentility, acceptance, civility, equity. Making life better for us, endeavoring to make life better for more and more of us, is the Mahayana Buddhist way. It is the Jodo Shinshu way. It's the human way. It's the only decent way of being human. Is there reason to be hopeful at this juncture in time? Can we take a sad song and make it better? Yes. In terms of material conditions, we have. Sometime in the last century, sometime within the last 100 years, first time in human history that productivity has outdistanced population growth. The problem is not that we don't have enough. There's enough now, finally, for the first time. There's enough for everybody. There's enough production of food, clothing, and other important goods and services. It's become greater and it's continuing to outdistance population growth, which it never did through the first, up until sometime in the late 19th century. So our big problem is no longer production. We still want to be more efficient and more effective in producing food and clothing and stuff that we need for one another and services that we need to have. But it's distribution, it's sharing that's the big problem. However, sharing is a complex matter, it really is. Several years ago, I read a newspaper account of a talk by the current Dalai Lama, His Holiness Tenzin Gyatso. And during the question and answer section, someone asked the current Dalai Lama, they said, what's the solution to world hunger? Like he was supposed to have that, And he said, sharing. And the reporter says, everybody in the room sighed as if he had said something. Well, he did say something, but he didn't say something else, which is how. How do we share? How do we implement sharing? And what is fair degree of sharing? What is a fair degree of sharing? And how do we implement it? These are the questions we have to wrestle with. And so, again, the big problem is fairness, in my opinion. What is a fair degree of sharing, Who is to say? Should the Burmese share more of their country's wealth and territory with the Rohingya people? That would not be my place to say. Who is to say how goods and services are shared? Communities decide, but they decide through the bureaucratic structures that we call governments. Now, if at the opening I had asked you if life is fair, some of you would hesitate, right? But if I ask you, are the world's governments fair? We'll all say, no, not a single one of them, no. And yet we want to be. We communities want to be fair. And yet we have yet to implement a single government that looks very, gosh, golly darn fair. So there is a tremendous challenge for us all. We need to build communities and continue to build communities that support equitable sharing. You know, even though I cannot say any of the world's governments are particularly fair, there are also very few absolute dictatorships left. All these governments really do need to be responsive to the societies that they exist in. They cannot exist anymore as pure dictatorships. You got to have support from below. And so there is reason to be hopeful. We just have to keep presenting those demands to our governments through our societies that we want fairness, we want equity, we want sharing, we want nobody left behind. Our Buddhist community does and has for many years opposed discrimination of all kinds. We oppose discrimination and unfairness. Our smallish community is a force for more fair sharing. We are a force for decent distribution of goods and services in society. Our community urges an honorable treatment of the environment while producing these goods and services for ourselves and others. Our Buddhist community interlocks with other small to medium-sized communities to form American society. If we continue to build genuine Buddhist Sanghas devoted to caring for others as well as caring for ourselves, we may look to the future with a positive expectation. We want to feed the hungry and house the unhoused worldwide. And may we, through our interconnected communities, do so. May we move those clunky bureaucracies we call governments to be kinder and more fair. This is important, and we will continue to do this. We will continue to be a force for equality, sharing, decency. But that in itself will not directly help our deceased loved ones, our deceased friends and relatives. Getting food and medical supplies to Ukraine and Palestine is important, but it won't help my deceased cousin Steve, not directly. It won't help your deceased cousins and friends. And the well-being of our deceased loved ones is important. We can, in our tradition, leave their well-being to the Buddha if we have a sense that the Buddha, the universally inclusive subjectivity of Amida Buddha, that the pure realm we call the Pure Land, the pure and soothing realm of the Pure Land are real, then indeed we can leave that to the Buddha, our deceased loved ones, and do it trustingly. Having confidence that it will be made right is important. It isn't all right that some people we loved had hard lives and passed without having much pleasure. And I know people like that in my family. Having that confidence that it will be made right on the other side of this life by Amida Buddha can help us. Saying the Buddha's name occasionally in forms like Namo Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, this can help us to have that confidence. Confident, hopeful people can change their societies for the better. May we all be such people. And may we make life better for those girls and boys and non-binary youth whom we've brought into this world. So please allow me to make this simple point and close on that point. We are here to make life better for one another as best we can, and the important thing is genuinely caring for one another. You will help people that you care for. Remember who you care for. Try to make that caring open. That's the message today. Thank you. I will close with Gasho. Those who are of a mind to, Please join me in saying the Buddha's name aloud. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei, for your wonderful message. If you'll please rise, I have a closing message. Hopefully it'll go along the lines of being fair. Again, it's from the Dharma of Star Wars. So it goes, young pupil, always remember, where there is anger, offer kindness. Where there is selfishness, offer generosity. Where there is despair, offer hope. Where there are lies, offer truth. Where there are injury, offer forgiveness. Where there is sorrow, offer joy. Where there is hatred, offer love. And where there is evil, offer goodness. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Please be seated. Well, now we get to the long part of our service, which is announcements, but I'll go real quick. BWA membership is due now. If you'd like to become a member of BWA, please get a check written out to Corky. We are still collecting money for the food bank at PCC, and thank you. Everybody's been very generous. We have a box in the gym, and the Bruin team seem to be filling that box every week. Silent auction kicks off today. Hopefully after today, this service, you'll walk on over there, and we're going to have a tea ceremony, and you can see all the Girls' Day dolls. Tomorrow we walk because it's not raining. Sensei has Tai Chi Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm sure he will let you know all the other schedules for the classes.
Yeah, thank you, Jeannie. Yeah, just briefly, I just want you to know these books in the back are free. My friend, Reverend Dr. Ken Tanaka, gave us these. And so we got about 10 of them in the back, and we got 20 more next door, or 30. So take one if you want one. They're accessible and nice. I will be here for my usual classes this week, 1 o'clock Tuesday and Thursday for Tai Chi, 6 p.m. A meditation class on Tuesday, 11 a.m. a chat, informal Buddhist discussion, 11 a.m. on Tuesday, and a more formal study class at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. So I'll see some of you Tuesday or Thursday this coming week, and we hope to see you next Sunday.
I'm Heather. I have a quick announcement from the Junior YBA. The Southern District does a t-shirt competition for Obon. And from now until April 1st, you can make orders, pre-orders of the Obon t-shirt. I will send something to Jeannie so that Jeannie can send it out. The t-shirt is very cute though. One of the San Diego members won the competition. And the shirts are $20, and we'll be picking them up on the 6th at one of the activities for the Junior Y, so I'll get those to you if you do place a pre-order. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Marvin Inoue. I want to make sure that we appreciate all the women today, because today is the actual Girls' Day, third month, third day, and I believe the people that had to do with the silent auction, things came out. They have an incredible Hinamatsuri display that someone donated to the temple. If you don't know what that is, that's the Girls' Day doll arrangement. It is fabulous. It's in the other room, so make sure you see that. Second thing I want to go over is that since I volunteer at the Japanese American National Museum, there are a number of pilgrimages taking place in the future. Topaz, Utah is having one, I believe at the beginning of May. Tule Lake, the one in Northern California that was the prison within a prison concentration camp, they're having theirs on July 5 through 8, and the Heart Mountain Pilgrimage will be having the grand opening of the Mineta Simpson Institute, and that will be the end of July, and I believe it's 25th, 26th, and 27th of July. So that's the information. Also, this past Friday, there was an opening at the Janum of the biennial GR great robot, giant robot. It's totally missed my generation. I mean, it's for me anyway, but it was the most number of people I've ever seen trying to get into the museum to see this giant robot exhibit. Unbelievable, just to let you know. So if you want to go down and see that, that's available now at the Janum Museum. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kathy Kumagai, and I've got the really long announcement. So yes, I'm the titular head of the Silent Auction Committee, and today is our kickoff event. And although it starts at 11:30, because all of you were so kind as to come to service today, understanding that we're not quite ready, of course, you are welcome to come and tour and see what we have. So just to let you know, at 11:30, there is going to be a tea ceremony, and Max is back there. He's going to be one of our participants, and everybody who comes will be able to try some matcha tea and a sweet. And right next to it, this is in the tea garden classroom, is the Hinamatsuri, the girls' doll display that Marvin was just talking about. We ask that when you go into that room, and you can take a look at it now, the signs are not quite up there yet, but please don't touch anything. They're all very delicate and rather old. We're trying to date some of them. They're at least vintage, and some of them may be antique. We have 3 sets. One is from Reverend Nakagaki's family. He was I think he was the first resident minister here. That set is here at the temple. One set is from the Pasadena Japanese Cultural Institute, and they brought it over here to show. One is from Kathy Mikuni, from her family, and I believe it was her grandmother's set from Japan, so it from the Higashioka family. So that is probably also, if antique is 100 years old, it's probably close to that. Then there's a more modern set. There's a tiny little, what they call kimikomi dolls set, and a couple of modern, very cute, tiny little miniature sets. But you can enjoy, you can look at that. And across the hall is the silent auction kickoff event. And if our silent auction is on 32auctions.com, you can, great thing is, if you have a smartphone, you can take a picture of the QR code, and it'll take you straight to the website. The event started today at 9 a.m. It will finish on March 16th, and pickup will start on March 17th. And normally we never display the items before you purchase them or bid on them, but because we were fortunate to receive a number of really high quality items from a number of estates of members and friends of the temple this year, a lot of those don't show well in 1-by-1 inch photos. So one day only, you have a chance to go over and see what some of the nicer objects are. And you can do 2 things. If you want to bid on it, just download the QR code, and you can start bidding on it online. If you just gotta have it, there's a buy now price associated with all those objects. We're not quite set up, but hopefully by in the next hour or so, we'll get our Square Reader and our Zelle all set up, but you could buy it today and take it home with you. So those items are in the South classroom. We ask that you don't eat or take any food or drink into either one of those rooms, but enjoy and take a look and see what there are. And hopefully there will be some BWA ladies there, and who can, if you want, especially for the silent auction items, if you really want to see like the back of a plate or something like that, one of our ladies will be there and they'll handle it for you. But we ask you not pick it up and touch the items yourselves, if that's okay. So, and then have fun with it. We have about 145 objects on the website right now, and we'll be adding objects every day from now until close. So you can just come back and shop every single day and see what's new and different and exciting on there. Okay, thank you.
So that's the end of our service. So if you didn't get a chance to offer incense when you first came in, please offer incense on your way out, and hopefully we'll see you next door.